everyone. In this video, we're going to see how to perform scalar multiplication of matrices. So there are two types of multiplication under matrices. We have the dot, or just the matrix multiplication. That means the entities involved are two matrices, matrix A and matrix B. Okay, and then when we have a scalar C, which is in the set of all real numbers, and then we have a matrix, matrix A, then C times A is known as the scalar multiplication of a matrix. And that simply means to multiply the scalar C by each and every component of our matrix A. All right, so if matrix A is giving us 1, 5, 8, 9, then C times A is going to be C multiplying each and every component of our matrix A. So 1 times C, 5 times C, 8 times C, and then 9 times C. Okay, so this is equal to C here, 5C, 8C, and then 9C. That is what scalar multiplication is. Okay, so let's look at if we're using real numbers. All right, so assuming we have matrix A, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and then our C, which is in the set of all real numbers, let's pick 5, right? So 5 times A is going to give us 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4. And that will give us 5 times 1, which is 5, 5 times 2, 10, 5 times 3, 15, and 5 times 4, which is 20. Right, now let's look at another array, maybe matrix B, which is 1, 0, 8, 3, 6, 9, and use the same scalar C. So C times B is going to give us 5 times B, which is, right, so we have 5 times 1, 5 times 0, 5 times 8, 5 times 3, 5 times 6, and then 5 times 9. If we find the solution, we have 5 here, we have 0, 5 times 4, which is 40, 5 times 3, which is 15, 5 times 6, 30, and 5 times 9, 45. Right, so it's more like you scaling your matrix. Okay, so just multiply each and every component of our matrix by the scalar, and that is known as scalar multiplication of matrices. And now if you want to perform this same operation under using Python, all right, then we use, instead of transpose or addition, add or subtract, we just use dot. Okay, and so if we're using these same matrices that we use under the addition, subtraction, and the transpose, then I would say we want to perform scalar multiplication. That means we're gonna have a scalar. All right, so here we can just use any scalar at all that we want. We'll let k be equal to 5. All right, that is going to be a scalar that we're going to use to perform the scalar multiplication. Okay, and so we print go-card dot, all right, dot, and this dot is what does the scalar multiplication for us. Okay, so dot what? It picks two entities, dot k, and then our matrix A, and then we run it, and that gives us 5, 10, 15, 20, just like we had when we did it manually, 5, 10, 15, and then 20. Okay, now if we want to find, if we want to do the same thing for maybe matrix B, all right, so print sorry, print go-card dot, all right, then also K, and then matrix B. If we run it, we're gonna have 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, now let's see if we had done it manually, would have gotten the same results. Right, in there, matrix B is equal to, let me check, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 5 times B is going to give us 5 times 5, which is 25, 5 times 6, which is 30, 5 times 7, 35, and 5 times 8, which is 40. All right, so it's the same thing under, the same results we got under Python. Now let's see if we can do the same thing in Excel. All right, so in Excel, once again, we need our K, which is equal to 5. All right, now in Excel, it's just the multiplication sign, which in computers is represented by the asterisk. Okay, so we select, so assuming we want to find K times A, we select the area or the grid that is going to represent the dimension of our resulting matrix. Okay, then equal to, we select our first, which is the scalar K, 5, and then the asterisk sign is just simply the dot when you're doing it in Python. All right, so that, and then our matrix A, and then you press Ctrl Shift Enter, and that gives you 5, 10, 15, 20. We've gotten the same results under Python as well as when we did it manually. And if we also want to find K times B, all right, then we select the grid that is going to represent the dimension of our results. This is equal to, all right, so K, then times, which is represented by the asterisk sign, our matrix B, Control Shift Enter, and that gives us 25, 30, 35, 40. So what the scalar product does, or the scalar multiplication does, is to multiply each and every component of our matrix by the scalar. So more like you scaling your matrix, or if you have a building, you scaling by 100, means you multiply each and every inch of the building by 100.